Alright, boys. Let's get into it. And I heard people on YouTube, you said you don't want spoilers, so the editor will edit me loading games out. So you guys don't know the results. So we got VortiX playing as the Japanese, and we got Poppy Pop playing in the French on Gorge. This is EGC's tournament that's going on right now for 20,000 dollars. Or 25 maybe. Since I'm not participating in tournaments, I figured maybe I can create content like I am right now where I analyze the games and explain stuff to you guys. It's kind of like coaching, but not really coaching, but actually coaching. Basically, we've seen VortiX tearing it up recently. We've seen he beat Marine Lord recently 3-1 in a $3,000 tournament. I think he ended up winning that tournament. He beat like someone 4-0. Oh, he beat Core 4-0, then Louis 4-3. He's been winning all the weekly tournaments. He's been crushing it. In this EGC tournament, I'm gonna check without spoiling you guys. Oh yeah, he played Core again. Unfortunate. Where he won 3-0. So this is the winner's match against Poppy Paw, which obviously Poppy Paw is very, very good. So, that being said, let's fucking get into it. So we're gonna have wheelbarrow opening, okay, for French. So this has become a norm. If you're playing French or you're maining French, this is like the new normal build. If the season just started, I would have probably made a new build order guide for French, including like this version of it. But because in basically a month we're getting DLC, I'm not going to be making any new build order guides because soon, I don't know, but soon things might change completely, right? So I don't want to make a guide that's going to last a couple of weeks and then... So, at least build order ones. And I've also given up on KT guide. I can't. I hate that set. Unless it's on water, then I love it. So this is a pretty rough start already for VortiX, I would say, because he almost lost 2 spearmen, which he did not, but the problem is these spearmen are basically going to be useless against knights afterwards. Like, they're going to get one-tapped. So, with Japanese, it's very normal to open with barracks these days, like against pretty much every single civilization. Simply because your barracks is cheap and you force your opponent to get off gold. And you basically change their game plan. So what VortiX is doing is very normal here. Like, this is nothing unusual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And basically, Poppy Paw most likely wanted to go for Pro Scouts, I would assume, after this. But because gold is the knight, he can't. And he also doesn't have gold for a knight, by the way, which is very important. One of the reasons you go wheelbarrow, by the way, is because of situations like this. French often gets barracks rushed in Dark Age. So one of the reasons people open wheelbarrow, it might seem like counterintuitive, because then they're going to pressure your gold, but you're spending gold. But now, because you're going to be moving villagers to wood, to berries, to gold, to stone, to whatever, to deer, the wheelbarrow gets really, really good value. So that's why you open wheelbarrow these days, okay? Oh yeah, can we change the title VortiX versus Poppy Paw Analysis or something like that? Thank you. If one of the mods could do it, thank you. So he is going to open with a horse and immediate archery range, which makes sense, because no matter what he wanted to go, whether it's a second TC or back on gold, which is what it looks like, you need an archery range to push these spearmen out. Now, the tempo is already dictated by Japanese, which is kind of funny, because French is the civ that's supposed to dictate the tempo, but at the high level, if a civ can open barracks and do okay with it, usually French is like reacting to it. So you can see already he's going on deer with a couple of villagers. Again, wheelbarrow value. This is probably just not going to be Pro Scout at all. He's going to send 4 on gold. So this looks like just archers, horsemen into probably push. There's double wolf here. That's really annoying. On the other side, this looks like a castle rush. That's a good tower time right there, boy. Okay, he's gonna upgrade. Yeah, this is a castle rush for sure. He also got level 1 Japanese wheelbarrow, not putting villagers on farms, which is a bit interesting. Because I think it's always a good idea to put him immediately, because you just get, you know, free food, right? And Puppet Boy is gonna push immediately. So he sees the tower, he knows this is a castle rush. He has 3 spearmen, which 2 are running away, so he basically has just 1. He's doing a what we like to call naked castle rush in the biz, which is you go castle without any units. In this case, he does have a spearman, but that's only because he had barracks already. So you can see he's trying to suck on them berries for as long as possible, like taking damage and then carrying out, because whenever you're doing castle rushing, you run into an issue of running out of food. So the longer he can gather the berries, you know, the better it is going to be for him. So 8 on gold. Yeah, the castle timing looks good. Now here, as Puppet Paw, you really have 2 options. There's like nothing else you can do at this point. You can't go to TC or Pro Scouts or whatever. You either have to make a ram and push the tower and kill the gold, or you have to age up yourself. But French is not really a civ that you're like, yeah, I want to rush castle with. So he's gonna choose the ram option. He doesn't have enough wood. Oh, he just queued up double broad axe and cancelled. He went with plus 1 ranged armor. But this is going to be too late, as in he does have enough gold to age up. Now this is where Japanese castle rush gets really... I'm very surprised he's not using farms at all. I am assuming farms without daimyo are probably lower income per minute than sheep, but I feel like you still want to utilize that. So basically the problem with Japanese isn't getting to castle. It's, can you hold the gold to actually make units to fight the units that are about to break your gold, okay? Okay, so he's gonna go for stable, which means mounted samurai. He does not have plus 1 ranged armor, VortiX that is. So he's just gonna break this, and VortiX immediately runs away. So he's not gonna try to defend in any way. He's aging up with 17 right now. And he needs to, yeah, I was gonna say, he needs to mine gold somewhere. So there's an interesting thing now that you can do as French, which is go like double barracks and just make spearmen, archer, knights. Or you can actually go like 2 stables and produce triple knight at a time, because if Japanese cannot gather gold, you know, can't produce mounted samurai, so the game's over. So this is the moment where it's like make it or break it. You either... Wait, how did these sneak out? Wait, what? Oh, he... Oh. Okay, so he's gonna spot that. Probably losing 2 villagers here if he sees it. Oh, he doesn't see it. He had a knight patrolling, so I'm assuming he doesn't even think the villagers could be there, which is quite unfortunate. This ram wanna kill farms, by the way. You wanna target these farms down. They're like 2 shots for ram, and they basically just minus 75. Okay, yeah, he sees it now, but a bit late. Should put down probably 2 towers right here immediately. Now, the problem with ram pushing like this is he killed this gold, right? But then in order to push this gold, he needs to go all the way around, which takes some time, right? So, ooh, the archers. Oh, he's just kind of fucking running it through. Okay. Yeah, he wants to get there before any towers or anything complete. Which is funny because VortiX has no wood for towers. So right now, VortiX has all the mounted samurai. He's got 3, and all of them are playing defensive. Now, VortiX, Puppet Boy is making knights, but he's only making 2 at the time right now, and I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. I feel like he's maybe over making archers, because they're not going to be doing much. Like, this is the thing, what I said earlier. If you had, like, Spearman here, as Poppy Paw, like Spearman Knight Archer, that would be, like, really, really strong combo. But as it is, these mounted samurais are just kind of farming things one at a time. And knights can, by the way, no matter which knights, like feudal knights can do really well against castle knights. Because you should have more if you're in feudal and the enemy's in castle, right? Because they aged up and you didn't, so you should have more. But yeah, VortiX is microing really well. I don't think he lost a single mounted samurai. If I'm not mistaken, he did lose 2 villagers, but I don't think he's lost a single mounted samurai. Oh, no, maybe, no, he lost 1, my bad. 1 that we know of. Yeah. Which is, by the way, really good, because he killed, look at the kill, this is a destruction value. So he killed 1.8k worth of resources of stuff. Which means, I mean, he killed a lot of archers. Okay, loses another one. He killed a lot of archers. But there's still 8, and you can see Puppet Boy is now committing to the mass knight thing that I told you about. The problem is, the knight count is kind of, it's not equal, but I mean 5 versus 10 is not what you want this Puppy Paw. On the other side, he is adding spearmen now, which is a bit too late, but he is adding them. And VortiX is just YOLOing, by the way. This is what I call YOLOing. So he's sending his workers, he's like, let me get some gold. Now if Puppy Paw pushes in here, he's just gonna run away. On the other side, he just sent 7 workers. If there was 1 knight here, which he doesn't know about, right? That would be a big problem. He put Yorishiro in the TC. The thing is, this play from VortiX is not a bad play, but Japanese castle rushing often does end up being like this. I wouldn't be surprised if he upgrades 45 outpost. Like, when you do a castle rush and the opponent is pressuring, you can see he doesn't have food to produce villagers right now. Look at this. All idle. His food per minute is plummeting. So, whenever you do a castle rush, you just go here. Whenever you do castle... Well, he even puts the Yorishiro in the farm so he gets food. That's how rough the situation is. And he's not really producing any more mounted samurai. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is... Japanese castle rushing, if the opponent is putting pressure on you, is games very often end up being like this, where they're like very scrappy and very weird, and sometimes you gotta YOLO and send workers and be like this, like I hope they don't get found. And it's like, even if I put a tower, if 10 knights come, they're gonna kill the tower, so should I even put the tower? And yeah, so you can see he has 7 workers here with the sprinkled outpost. He should definitely upgrade this. He just got enough a little bit earlier. And VortiX is fighting for his life. Now, again, he's microing really well, so the units killed is really, really good in his favor. And the archers were definitely overmade. Like, if all these archers, in terms of, like, resources, were spearmen, this game would be a lot different. People ever delete farm Yorishiro to place it somewhere else in the late game? Yeah, you do that pretty often. Sometimes I put Yorishiros in lumber camps or farms for those resources, or obviously production buildings. But even in late game, you want to basically destroy all those and make forges and put all your Yorishiros in forges. Actually, it's kind of funny, but Yorishiro, in my opinion, is the worst place to put it is in Forge early game. Like I'm saying, like when the first Yorishiro comes out, the worst place to put it in Forge, because A, it's exposed, right? Like it can be killed. And B, you're not going to rely on Yorishiros to produce mounted samurais, right? You got to actually mine gold. So this Yorishiro is going to go in archer range, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's waiting for it. So it's gonna go in the archer range so you can crank Yumis. They produce in 6 seconds, which is crazy. Papipo is gonna do a dive. He's still feudal age. Got a lot of resources. And Yeah, VortiX is taking these engagements a lot better. Look at this. The villagers are running. He can't catch any. Mounted samurais are killing the archers. So this fight was not it. And the funny thing is, oh, this knight kills 3 villagers here, so that's pretty nice. Now, if you're wondering, by the way, because sometimes people ask this, like, why doesn't Byzantine just age up? He's ahead, right? Like, if you look at the worker count, he's ahead. The army count is ahead. So he's fighting against a lot, like, better tech units right now. So what's gonna happen is if Byzantine just goes back and tries to age up, look at this. Exposed, 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 exposed. So he's gonna immediately start bleeding coming. So the reason you keep attacking is also like a reason so you don't get attacked in the first place. So obviously that dive I think was a bad choice. I mean, you know, hindsight 2020, right? Because he was like 30 plus army versus 15, I think. So I think if he tried to deny more of these resources, but again, it's really annoying because of all the towers and outposts and shit. But taking a fight under the Daimyo TC, especially because he does more damage, right? Costed him like a metric crap ton of units. So yeah, he is ahead, but at the same time, there's a couple of things you gotta like calculate in, right? So look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this. Byzantine pulls back immediately. By the way, Royal Institute, in my opinion, is if he pulled back and didn't lose all the units he just lost under TC, I think Royal Institute is fine. But because he lost all the units, Guildhall is way better because you cannot end the game from here on out, right? But watch this. He goes back and immediately counter push happens. Watch, one on this side, second on this side. And this is not me like being a 5-head or like, oh, that's a really good call. That's just how high level gameplay is, and pretty much every player, I would say at the high level, understands this kind of thing. You can see he's reinforcing at the bottom because he knows he's gonna get attacked there too. You see that? He is preemptively putting units here and here, which is funny because VortiX is going for the one that doesn't have any units in place, which is a bit unfortunate if you're Byzantine. But he looks like he's gonna get a couple of units there. These guys are not healed up. But yeah, this is a pretty good pickoff. So the moment you stop attacking, you get attacked. Which now, it looks like an even game, but this is where multitasking is like crazy important. Like, I just want to pause the game. So look what's happening for a second. This is why sometimes if people watch the EGC stream and you know, the tournament getting casted, and then you see some guy losing villagers, people are like, why is he not moving the villagers? Can't he see that they're dying? So look what's about to happen. He's micring here. He's micring here. He's getting the relics. He's micring archers. He's sending another mounted samurai group to protect this guy. He's gonna focus on the bottom side relics next. He needs to macro at the same time, make units. Obviously make sure nothing is coming on his side of the map. For Byzantine, it's the same. Like, he needs to defend this. He's trying to wall off this. He's trying to intercept this. He did a push out here, but he's going back now. He did a push out, I think, here on the relic, but he's going back. He wants to clean this up. He doesn't want these to run away. So the game is about to become... Technically, it's a more or less an even game, but it's about to become very chaotic. Oh, there's an empty space there. That's unlucky. So it's about to become very chaotic. Like I said, there's a shit ton of stuff happening. The problem is the unit comp for VortiX is better right now because he's just going archer, you know, samurai. Mounted samurai, which actually Yumi are the key here, because Yumi kill both arbaletiers and spearmen, so Yumi get really good value here, and they can kite really well. But another thing is like even... Wait, where the fuck did he just... Wait, what? Where the fuck did he just kill 20... Wait, what? Was it here? Was it here? Because he was like 10 workers ahead. Okay, I didn't see what happened there, so I'm assuming it was here or here. But he was 10 workers ahead. Now, this is a bad situation, but even if he was 10 workers ahead, the advantage, like, obviously, Papipo had a 10 worker advantage, let's say, or 12, whatever. The advantage for him was like the workers. The advantage for VortiX is he's got a lot of farms already, 15 farms. And he's got Yorishiros in different buildings, producing fast or giving him resources. He's still got food around the map. Whereas Papipo kind of ate all his food. Like, Papipo is... Yeah, he's out of food, right? Unless I'm blind, he has 7 on food. Which is here. Yeah, so Papipo is out of food. And that's one advantage the Japanese has because of all the farms in the Kura storehouse. Like, he still has this, boar, deer, and deer over here. And berries, by the way. Kura storehouse is crazy value. Yeah, this farm is also this one. So, this is completely all in now from Papipo, because if he doesn't win, he has biology, by the way, so his knights are extra tanky. But if he doesn't... Oh, he doesn't have +2 ranged armor. That's painful, actually. That's painful. Well, actually... Oh, never mind. There's a bannerman now. Yeah, that's painful. But, basically, right now, it's an all-in position. Oh, he lost more villagers. For Papipo, because he knows, okay, I lost a shit ton of workers, so I either need to kill a shit ton of workers or I'm out of this game. And he's doing a good job. He's denying this. He's diving, he's killing the workers, the Yumis are dying, and this is a scrappy as fuck game. Look at this. 5 workers versus 7 workers on food right now. And it's these 5 workers. 18 on wood. So the incomes for both players is a big yikes. Now there's knights on both sides. He's going on a Musha right now, which is a good choice, because basically it's just a knight army. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, both players... Okay, to be fair, Papipo, like, kind of messed up here pretty bad, losing a lot of villagers. But other than that, they're playing pretty well, I feel like. Like, this is a pretty good game. This gold, I mean, he mined 2,500. Those guys give him a lot of value. So this is the part of the game where sometimes, even if you're a pro player, you don't actually know where you're at in the game because it's been so scrappy and so all over the place. You might be like, I actually don't know if I'm in a good spot or bad spot. Oh, he got a keep up, which is actually pretty big. Probably would add lumber camp and then second town center. Maybe even cancel 2 of these and add a second TC or destroy the barracks. I would probably cancel 2 of these and go second TC, like right there. But yeah, the keep is another like economical advantage for French, right? It reduces the cost of the units. It basically gives you resources whenever you make units. This is really annoying. God, when this happens to me, I'm just like, oh. Like the moment you start walling off, the knight comes in and you start losing workers. Yeah, it sucks. Now, wow, wait, is he making traders? Wait, he is. That's like a desperation, by the way. That's not a... I feel like it's desperation. Funny thing is, he didn't even put it like here, which would be a bit further away. But also, these markets are very lined up with the sacred sites. Isn't like one market usually like here and the other one is here? They're very like lined up. So the game kind of stabilizes. There's the second town center I was talking about. So this is one of those things where you can say like, well, if he went Guildhall, he could go Imperial now. But also he wouldn't be able to do so much counter pressure without Royal Institute. So it's hard to say, but what's easy to say is his economy is a disaster right now. Like, he needs a little bit of time to come back, but because VortiX has all these farms and shit, he can just go for it again. Or he can just capture Sacred Sites. Yeah, 30 villager kills right now. He's got 200 food per minute, so this is the issue with French. And this is why, if you think you can kill your opponent in like next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, Royal Institute is good. Or if you just have a lot of knights and you're like super far behind, you're like, fuck it, I'll just go Royal Institute and try to win. If those are not the situations, then Guildhall's just better. Like, if you're a Feudal Age and you got like 30 knights, Royal Institute is okay to go for it, because then you can get a lot of damage, but yeah, in this kind of game, I think Guildhall would have been better. But like I said, I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right? Because watching this and playing is not the same, right? But yeah, he is completely... Like, VortiX is just cranking units right now. And he's still, by the way, VortiX hasn't gone on tier at all. Like, he's just on the... He's still on just farms. Japanese kicked out. Japanese is a really good civ. I should learn how to play them, but I actually think they're like an S tier civ. They seem really strong. Castle Japanese especially is so strong. IML. And yeah, he's just gonna dive in here. He found the farms. All the eco is idle. Looks like a GG Reno. There's a counterattack. Both players killing workers, but DC goes down. And he just has like archers. That's it. Oh god, he finds the other set of farms. Now this is a lot of archers and there's not a lot of samurai, so he's kind of holding. It's one of those where it's like he's holding, but is he though? You know what I mean? Like, what are we holding? Yeah, it just taps out. That was a good game. That was a lot of back and forth. That was a good game. All right, so Excavation. So this is a bit of a different map, quite a bit different. Let me go with that. So this is Excavation. If you don't know what Excavation is, it is a map that has 0 relics, but it has 8 forgotten ruins. So technically there's 8 relics on this map. And the way the map is played is completely unique to any other map in the game. Like, absolutely 100%ly, completely, very much like you have a unique build order for this map, okay? And you also play different types of civs. Did you see that? So VortiX made a barracks here, a house, and then by the time he captured this, the villager immediately went inside. Do you see that? That was clean. Clean right there, boy. Now, what civs do you play on this map? You usually play, like Mongol is broken here. Absolutely broken. Lancaster is really good. Ottoman can be played here. Basically any civilization that doesn't castle rush. Because if you castle rush, you can't get relics. So castle rushing on this map is kind of pointless. You want to use this stone somehow, or play civs that are gonna fight Dark Age spearmen from the opponent. So why is VortiX making spearmen? So VortiX is assuming either that Puppy Paw also opened barracks or military school, and he wants to prevent him from capturing this so that Puppy Paw can have stone for more military schools, right? But I'm assuming the reason Papipa is not going for military school or barracks is because he knew that Lancaster, aka VortiX, will make spearmen. So these spearmen are kind of not doing much right now. They're kind of useless, right? So he kind of got, I guess, not baited, but they're not doing what he wanted them to do. He wanted to come here and maybe decap this or force Puppy to make like spearmen or something like that. And from here on out, the reason Lancaster is good on this map is you get stone, so he's gonna make manors. I don't know how the timing works out because yeah, I haven't been active in A before. Like, yeah, I mean, I've been playing here and there, but most I've been like watching replays. But this map I haven't played in like 2 months, I feel like. So I don't know how it lines up stone wise if he's gonna have 300 by the time he is age 2, but we'll see. So you can see VortiX checks the Forgotten Ruins and he's like, okay, go for that. So I'm assuming Puppy Ball will immediately go for archer range here. And we see Abbey age up with 5. That's the one thing I don't get. Why 5? Why rush it? Maybe it's just the timing, how it lines up, I'm not sure. But if you were under a rock like myself, the Fat Wookie, thanks so much for gifting this up. If you were under a rock like me, Abbey of Kings is now the meta, and apparently, I'm just gonna quickly show you this. I'm just gonna quickly show you these without spoiling anything. These are the drafts from EGC TV tournament from VortiXers Puppy Palm, Wayne versus Anotan, Marine Lord B, Louis Lucifron. House of Lancaster was a first pick. You can see here and here in like every series at the tippity top level. So apparently when I took that 2-week break, fucking Lancaster went from like nobody even wanted to play it to now Abbey of Kings into 3 manors is all the things people are talking about. Hobbler spam was discovered. I feel like people played Hobblers before, but see, there's the thing. I wanna correct you there a little bit, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm gonna stop you right there. So people say stuff like this where it's like people discovered Hobbler spam, right? People did play Hobbler spam before. The reason why it was discovered now is because Lancaster Castle and Demon Lancers and Manors got nerfed like 45 times. Like they got nerfed. Yeoman got nerfed. Fast Imp got nerfed. So Yeoman got nerfed, Fast Imp, Demon Lancers, Lancaster Castle Demon Lancer cost, Manors got nerfed. Upgrades for Manors got... That's 6 nerfs. Like, specifically for the Lancaster Castle playstyle. So I feel like people just stopped playing Lancaster, and now they're like, yo, let me try the Abbey of memes. And I think Abbey, I genuinely don't know how strong it actually is, because I am not in good shape right now, and I haven't been playing against the top guys. I don't know if there's like a specific counter or the best way to play against it, but it might be the case of it is just super strong and it's really good, or it might be the case of people haven't played against it enough and maybe don't know the best counters for it, you know. So Pipepoint is doing some micro over here. The Abbey of Kings is Abbey of Kingsing. He's producing them. I do think Abbey of King, like, I do think that these lords, I remember when I saw them the first time, I thought that these would be the meta because of how much stats they have. Obviously, they were not the meta when the Civ came out because of the Lancaster Castle Manor build that people discovered and all that. But I thought these guys are going to be like, you go this every single game, and I thought you would go it with Spearmen and Yeomen. Because they're 2-2 armor, they do hit pretty hard, 16 is very hard. And I feel like for a unit that's supposed to be like, I mean, it's supposed to be like a support unit, right? Like, it's supposed to buff your army. 16 damage in feudal is a bit, yeah, a bit too much. Oh, the villager was right here, gets popped like a balloon. He did not capture the one behind him. Oy, 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 oy. And look how tanky they are. 255 HP. Like, even if you misposition it, it doesn't really get picked off. And now you can just send it to heal. Or maybe you shouldn't be able to heal with Lancaster's Abbey of Kings. Like, look, he could just pull this one back now. I feel like he's going to lose it, but he could have pulled it back. And now Hobilars are arriving. And they are cheap as hell, boy. And this is the Lancaster playstyle. I feel like this playstyle is like a very VortiX style. It's basically just massing Hobilars, micring onto archers, having spearmen, having lords, and then going yeomen. I wonder what VortiX thinks about them, but I feel like this is VortiX's favorite Civ right now. But yeah, you can't really pick them off. They're armored. Yeah, they're infantry, but it's not even 255 HP, right? Because it doesn't have the fourth one. So we'll see how much it is now. I think their stats are a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit too much for the cost. What is the cost? It's like 100 food, 60 gold. I don't know. They haven't connected yet. So when they come closer, we'll see how much HP they have total. 267 with 2-2. I mean, that's like, yeah, that's a lot. He said House Lancaster is broken. I mean, I think, so I haven't talked to any pro players in a while about the game and stuff, but I'm pretty sure every top player thinks that House Lancaster is broken because it gets first picked quite often in a tournament. And the only reason it's not getting... So you might be wondering, why does it not get banned if it's so OP? So from what I have noticed, this EGC tournament has water maps. So basically, if there's a water map, they have to ban KT because of the water map. So whenever both players ban KT, they have an option to either pick China or Lancaster. In my opinion, from the games that I've watched, I think China is still probably the most OP Civ in the game. But apparently, a lot of pro players think that Lancaster is second best Civ. Yeah, you only have one ban before pick, also true. So, yeah, apparently Lancaster, people are rating it giga high. So, I mean, you can see already this game looks like a complete, like, it's not even close game. Like, there's some raiding happening, sure, but like, what are you raiding? You know, there's nothing to raid yet, and look at the army difference. It's kind of wild. Yeomen also move faster, right? They're 131, so that's also pretty good. And yeah. So he's gonna try double harass on the woodline and the gold. VortiX sees both. Loses one vil. He turned on the range defense and he just diving through. This is where you want to target the Mekter with your TC. Is he killing any though? Okay, he's killing some, but he's also losing. Well, he lost 3 total. 5? I feel like that was not worth it. It caused a lot of idle time. Or maybe it was worth it, actually. How many Sipahi did he come in with? I feel like it was 7? Like 3 from one side, from the other? If that was the case, then that was pretty worth. 6 villagers killed and a lot of idle time. Yeah, I would say that was pretty good. Never mind. I take that back. So you can see, like, right now, because he has 3 manners, even though Puppypaw has more vills, I don't think he's going to be able to have more eco. Because manners are pretty good. Although this could be something. This could be something. That's a lot of Sipahi, and there's like 4 spearmen here. Oh god, there's a Hobelar raid. Yeah, this is a lot of Sipahi, so this might be a cleanup copium, potentially, maybe? No? The spearmen are still dead, and the lords... I mean, another thing is like all these units got 20% extra HP, right? So they're harder to kill. Now he should be cleaning it up, right? I think he should have had a range defense here, but he probably got distracted because these yeomen would do, what, 6? They would do 1 damage, right? No, they would do 2 damage per hit, which is nothing. But yeah, this looks pretty rough for Puppypaw. But the one thing he does have going for him, now what VortiX can do is just like chill here for a second and heal up, which is like, again, it's so strong. The fact that you can just fight, and look how many of his units are damaged. Yeah, he did go for speed mech there actually, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna be honest, I am not an Ottoman player, and actually I don't know how well or how often Puppypaw plays Ottoman, so take this with a massive grain of salt. But, like, yeah, I'm not a good Ottoman player, but I feel like in this matchup, you don't want either of these. Fieldwork is like really good in a lot of matchups because of the healing, but because of Yeoman, it's so easy to lose your imams, and he obviously lost both of them already. I feel like you go Anatolian Hills into military campus. He also only has 1 military school, because I feel like this isn't a matchup where you can just like... I feel like you gotta go for the triple military school play and hope you don't die. I don't know if that's possible, but I feel like this ain't it. Also, he's been idled quite a lot on food running around, and he doesn't have the sheep vizier point, which is like 2,000 food, right? Yeah, I don't... Look, more idle time. And I feel like you need military schools to like counteract the manor income, if that makes sense. So you can have a fair chance, but even then, I don't know. Thing is, I don't know what you make against this army. Okay, he's got a good surround again. I feel like right now, he doesn't have enough units, but he's getting good engagements. Puppypaw, that is. Yeah, he's gonna tap out. The thing is, I don't know what you make against this demon army. So going back to that last game, we're in game number 3 right now. VortiX is up 2-0. I feel like the civ that would do best against demon civ, aka Lancaster, would probably be knight civs. I think all the other civs would do pretty poorly. Knights can kill lords, actually. Knights can kill Hobelars, they can kill Yeoman. French or JD, or maybe like Roose fighting in feudal would be pretty good. Delhi is good against Lancaster because of Ghazi Raiders. Ghazis are very strong. I mean, obviously, like saying like China will do well. I mean, yeah, it's China. You know, it would do well. Marine Lord said in an interview that you either need an S tier civ like China or maybe Biz. I can see Biz being a thing. Byzantine with longbows and just fucking chill. I can see that being a thing. Like semi-fast castle. Limitane pretty good against Yeoman and Hobelars, sure. So he said either China or maybe Biz or a Knight Civ. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the answer is a Knight Civ. I think French and JD would do really well into Lancaster. So I guess the counter or the best counters would be Biz, Delhi, and Knight Civs. So like French and JD maybe. But another problem is with that statement is like you can play Lancaster on any land map. So if you want to like snipe it in a tournament, that would be pretty hard thing to do. Is Roose a Knight Civ? Yeah, but I think Roose might be too slow, but I'm not sure. Malian to counter Hobilars and Yeoman? Yeah, you're gonna get a Dark Age Tower Rush on your gold. I think Malian would do pretty bad. Malian doesn't do well against Civs and Feudal that can mass units and overwhelm. And it seems that Lancaster, I feel like, is the most Zergy Civ. You know, like the Civ that can mass units the most to absurd amounts. Okay, let's see what we got here, boy. We got Byzantines versus Delhi. I think this is... I actually think both Civs can win here. I don't know what percentage chance I would give for each Civ, but... Byzantine is a better Civ overall, but I think Delhi has some good timings where you can completely overwhelm Biz and force them out on the map and stuff like that. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, I just went from very excited to very ew. I don't know if I like that. Royal Knight Mercenaries? And he sees it, by the way. Oh god. I don't know, brother. I mean... Okay, so... The only logic... I haven't played Byzantines once like this against Delhi. But Knight Civs do beat Delhi. So French and JD are very, very good into Delhi. So maybe the thought process is I'll go Royal Knights and Limitane. But now he's going for the now he's going for the contract. Is Papi Boy just fucking... Is he barbecuing and baking at the same time right now? What is happening? Is he just... Okay, this might be the quadrillion brain play we've needed this whole time. Is he doing just 2 knights for harassment? Okay, I like that. I don't know if I like that. I think I like it. Because I think it's so unexpected. I don't know if VortiX played against this. But you know what's also tricky for VortiX? You don't know if he's going to keep making knights, right? Until you see the longbows. So VortiX right now might be thinking, yeah, look at that! Wait, is this is big brain. This is big brain. Because VortiX thinks he's playing against Knight Limitane. So he's going Spearman Archer. And I don't know if he quit making Ghazis, but it looks like he did. But he only made 2 knights and now he's going into longbows. What? Ain't no way. VortiX got the fucking upgrade for HP. That's funny. You don't see that very often at the top level, even with Delhi. Wait, he lost a scout. Okay, that's really bad. That's really bad. Wait, that's a crazy bait. That's a crazy bait. Dude, okay, he sees longbows now. But like, oh my god, these two knights are actually... Okay, this decision... And now he's going back into knights! And now he's making horsemen! Okay, okay. Okay, hold on. If he had an archer range and is now going back into knights, I like it, but I don't like the horseman knight. I think you should go horseman limitane longbow or knight archer limitane. The thing is, VortiX is still making spearmen, which is kind of funny, because he sees longbows. And he's still making spearmen. Okay, now he sees the horsemen. So what's next? Is he gonna make another round of longbows? Unlucky. Okay, Pro Scouts finishes. He is not Pro Scouting as of yet. He needs to make Scouts now. Oh, he's making more Gazis. I think he doesn't realize that his Pro Scouting is done. I think if I'm VortiX, I'm definitely thrown off here. I'm definitely confused. At the very least. At the very least, I'm confused. Look, because now he's going back into Ghazi. This is the scout. Okay, is he gonna make? I feel like he's gonna make longbows again. Watch this. He's gonna make longbows again. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Double stable now. Let him cook with that Byzantine oil. Watch, 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 watch longbows. Watch longbows. Bro, now, is this good though? So this is the question. The first two knights, I love it. But these two, these could have been 5 more longbows. Are they gonna be worth it? Okay, well in this case, perhaps. But I feel like longbows just give you so much, like, long-term. He also got the upgrade for the horseman, by the way, and he just diving in. That's a lot of idle time. That's a good dive. Now, if he doesn't die here, that's a really good move. If he loses his whole army, he loses the game because he just used so many units there. Uh-oh, this is dangerous for VortiX. This is dangerous for VortiX right now, boy. Where are you going? That's a lot of horses. These 5 longbows, by the way, they're still the same 5 longbows from the start of the game. I'm actually very surprised VortiX did not snipe them or manage to snipe them down. Only 1 worker died? Holy shit, I thought he killed way more. Wow. Yeah, if I'm VortiX, I am very confused in this game. But I like what Papa did here. I feel like I mean, this is just a disaster, right? He's just gonna keep getting raided now. Although, I mean, yeah, he's gonna win the battle in the middle. Oof. I feel like this is why I love AoE 4, because there's so many civs and there's so many like things you can do. And this is why I really like Byzantine, because I feel like it's a really interesting civ. But because there's so many things you can do, I feel like the meta will constantly just evolve. Like, if the game is left in this state, I feel like the meta would change every few months. And it's not because we didn't understand something necessarily, it's like, I feel like builds reach their limit, and then people are like, oh, that's how you play against that? And then the builds are no longer good. The builds are in fact just as good as before, but the defense against the build has increased massively, right? Like how to play against it. Yeah, I'm very surprised that VortiX is like just not sniping longbows or trying to. He's doing it now, but I feel like this is the first time. Because the longbows are the thing that's killing him. Because he's losing like spearmen throughout the whole game, non-stop. Wow, that's a really cool game. And now he aged up and is going cataphracts. Yeah, this is the IMO. This is the best game out of the three. And when I say the best game, I don't mean like micro or like, I just mean how interesting this game was to me. Wow. Okay, that was really cool. I still think that the first two nights into Mass Longbow would have been better. So I feel like if you go 2 nights into Mass Longbows, I think it's better because the whole point of going 2 nights... I mean, I guess you can play it the way he did, obviously, right? Nothing wrong. But if you go knights and then they go spearmen and then you go into horsemen, it's kind of counterproductive. You know what I mean? But if you go 2 knights and they go into spearmen and then you go mass longbows, then, do you know what I mean? Like, that's a 5-head right there, boy. But still, I love that game. That was a cool game. So it's 2-1 right now for VortiX in a best of 5. I've also seen that a lot of the pro players right now are going for only 1 Roose hunting cabin. So people are not doing 2 anymore, apparently. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody and I haven't watched enough games to figure out why that is. But yeah, these are, both civs are very strong, by the way. Both Malian and Roose are very, very strong, and both civs are top picks. Now, I personally hate playing Malians against Roose. Not because of, like, Roose is better than Malian. The only reason why I hate playing Malian versus Roose is because some players at the top level, especially if they go 2 hunting cabins, they make like 5 fucking scouts, and then they just start torching your shit down, and Malian ages up slower, and then you gotta either repair or you just gotta let your houses die, and I'm just like, ugh. It's not so much as like taking damage as it is annoying, you know what I mean? Okay, Golden Gate. VortiX, 6 sheep. That is not... Poppy Paw, let's say 3 plus 13. So there's another sheep somewhere missing. Another sheep missing somewhere. Or maybe they're all gathered, actually. Yeah, they're probably all gathered. So we got like 13 versus 7 or 14 versus 6, one of those two. So he made one villager mining camp, and he's doing this so that he can get professional scouting, which I'm assuming... Okay, this is a new variation of the pro scouting build. So, okay, so... Now, I would need to compare the numbers, which I CBA right now. But basically what's happening is you usually go 2 hunting cabins and produce scouts, and you usually have 6-7 scouts. What he is doing right now is... I don't think he's gonna make a lumber camp. I think what's about to happen is he's gonna sell 100 food and immediately start pro scouting. Damn, that's clean. Wait, is this... That has to be way faster pro scouting than the other version, right? Yeah, this is why I hate playing against Roose and Malian. Yeah, this has to be, what's it called? This has to be way, way faster. Very cool build, I like that. I don't know if he made this build, but it's a very cool one. And he's just gonna leave this guy in gold? What for? Maybe wheelbarrow? I'm surprised he's not. Okay, he's going back. He needs to make a barracks ASAP. Right here. Or there. That's a very interesting variation. Okay. What just happened? He queued up double broadaxe and then he bought wood. And he's gonna go with the wooden fortress. I don't know if I like that. I think I would have liked double broadaxe more, or wheelbarrow. Now, this is not like the old days where you could just go pro scouting with Roose and the enemy cannot stop you. People have learned how to prevent Roose from pro scouting, and one of the ways to prevent Roose from pro scouting with Malians, at least, is going for stable and then just going your warrior scouts and beating your ass. So you need to make spearmen. But you can see VortiX is making archer range. So VortiX is most likely going to go into sofa archers, which actually transitions really well into castle, because that's what you want to be making anyway. And now we see stable coming out, okay? So he's actually... He kills a spearman, okay. The spearmen are Dark Age, that's why he killed it. So this tier pack he kind of gives up and he's focusing on denying this one. Okay. I feel like that's worth for, well, I was gonna say, I guess that's worth for VortiX, but Poppypuck can also just remake the scout really easily if he wanted to, but I don't think he even will. So now we got knights coming out. Now he's doing this blindly. I'm pretty sure he did not scout any of this. He knows obviously there's a stable, but he doesn't know there's an archery range. So going knights is gonna work out really well. Yeah, he's just gonna commit to making units, okay. So, like I said, this is not the old days where you go pro scout as Roose and there's nothing opponent can do against it. People learn how to play against it a lot better. Obviously, pro scouts got nerfed in cost and in movement speed. So you kind of need to make, not kind of, but you just need to make units right now. So the archer arrives, there's a sofa, but there's a knight, so he's going to have to bail for a little bit. But what's important is behind this, VortiX is actually steadily cow booming. So he's making some units, okay? he's not really committing to feudal. VortiX, that is. Shoot the boar! There it is. That boar is about to fuck him up. So he's not committing hard into feudal VortiX. I think he just wants to prevent this like deer gathering a little bit and maybe delay Papipo's age up, maybe force him to make units of his own. But he's losing a lot of archers here. Now, the bad thing for VortiX here is that his deer packs are actually, like, probably the worst position possible. Because they're both front, and they're also gonna be hard to deny. Like, sometimes you get a deer pack here, which you can defend easily. I feel like there's a chance Papipo takes both of these deer packs right now. Let's see. Yeah, the cow boom is still happening. No lumber camp. Monka TOS. And that's a big army right now. 22 versus 14 with 4 knights. Which obviously are better than sofas. Yeah, he got 2 deer packs, so this is probably a pretty, like, he's in a happy position right here. But at the same time, like I said, there's a cow boom happening. So I feel like if the game stays like this and Papipo either doesn't do damage or VortiX just gets, they both get to castle, I feel like it's bad for Roose. But if Roose takes both of these deer packs and maybe does some damage here, then it's good for Roose. Because the Malian cow boom snowballs kind of that's a crazy spot to put blacksmith in. But I guess he's gonna have enough space, right? 1 there, 1, 2 there. So he's gonna put some pressure. I feel like VortiX micro is just really, really good. Like, he has less units and he's forcing him back constantly. Yeah, like you can see VortiX is not even trying to defend this. I mean, obviously he's trying to defend this. High trade house with 16. That's a fast fucking age up. Another reason, by the way, why Roose doesn't like playing into Malians necessarily is because horse archers, if Malian opens with javelin throwers, then horse archers become pretty bad. But also Malian archers versus horse archers with like poisoners and all that is really good. So one of the popular comps for Roose in this matchup is just normal archers plus knights. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. I mean, in this position, honestly, horse archers wouldn't be terrible simply because there are no javelin throwers, but they can get picked off by this amount of archers pretty easily. So I think probably just go, he's making horsemen, but I kind of wonder what he's gonna upgrade first. Oh, he's gonna go horseman, okay. He's gonna go horseman crossbow? Horseman horse archer, okay. Yeah, like I said, he can go horse archers there because there's no javelins. So horse archers are gonna, I guess, play against Sofa because they have high base damage, and then horsemen are against Malian archers. Because Malian's kind of limited in a way. Like, you almost always want to go Sofa archers because that's just your best comp. So the opponent kind of knows what you're gonna go for, you know. This monastery is very late. I feel like he could have already been taking second relic, so this monastery is definitely a bit late. But he is getting this deer pack, so that's nice. And from this point on, I feel like this game is just slowly going like this for Roose and getting better and better for Malian for the next, like, I don't know how many minutes because of the economy, but army-wise and tech-wise, I feel like it's better for Roose right now because Malian needs a lot of upgrades. Malian needs this, imported armor, which is 500 resources, and then Malian needs this, which is 675 resources. And then they're in full power, right? So usually the Roose, like, Roose strength will start to fall off because he is running out of deer. But he just dropped in fresh deer from this, which he shouldn't quote-unquote have. So he's gonna kind of keep cranking units still. I wonder if horse archers are worth it here. Maybe just going crossbows is better. You know? Like if you go horsemen, just go crossbows, no? To be fair, I would probably go knights plus crossbow or knights plus... I think knights plus crossbow is the best comp against what Malian is doing. And then if you force them into donzos, then you can go into archers or maybe horse archers even. Because in theory, Mass Knight, just Mass Knight from Roose should beat Malian comp, right? In theory. But the problem is supporting all the knights. That's the hard part. By that way, sofas are really annoying against archers. I mean, he's getting like every tech, by the way. He got the knight upgrade, he got the horseman upgrade, he got the archer upgrade. He's making horse archers. He's made a man-at-arm. Poison archers are coming, which is wait, what? Oh, that's a tilter right there, boy. 16 villagers killed, by the way. That is a tilter right there. Did you not realize? Again, there's a lot of stuff happening around the map. So sometimes when you wall something, and then there's units here, you just assume they walked in like this and you didn't see them. So he might have... No, he realizes, okay. He re-walls. And now, look at this. He just cranking units. Poison. So now Malian has everything. So up until this point, I feel like it was pretty good for Roose, army-wise and everything. But now Malian hit like every... He doesn't have Boyer's Fortitude, by the way, or +2 damage. So Malian's got like every tech he wanted. Now he just wants to spam units like Baboon and just fight constantly until whatever Civ Malian is playing against runs out of food. Like that's literally the plan in every Malian game. So now as Malian, what you want to do is you want to just try and kite as much as possible with your archers, because you want to let the poison do all the damage, or not all the damage, but you want to target fire and let the poison kind of kill the knights and everything, and eventually when you can't keep kiting, you just engage with the sofas and that's it. So again, he is like trading a lot better, because look at the poison archers. He's 3-shotting the knights. Actually, he's 2-shotting the knights. 2 shots and then the poison finishes them off. And Papipa is 32 on food. But, okay, he got a lot of deer. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna tap out. He lost all the knights. So, Papipa still got some deer, but like I said, in a normal game, you never would get opponent's deer, which means that he should already have been like here or wherever the other berry patch is and boar and stuff like that, and that just opens you up more. And Malian is in like full like power already, just perma spamming units, and that's why Malian's fucking good skill to have. Obviously the trick with Malian is surviving the feudal and you know, reaching that point. So that was it. VortiX wins 3-1. See guys, I didn't give you any spoilers this time around. That was a very cool series. Very high level series, but that Biz game was pretty cool. Definitely gave me gave me some ideas, some things to think about. So shout out to both of these guys. So with that, VortiX does advance into the quarterfinals. So I don't know how many series like this I'm gonna like cast or commentate on, so I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. But when I'm done doing the last one, I'll show you guys what the bracket looks like for the tournament, and obviously we're gonna watch some of those games too. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Twitch or YouTube Live. I'm probably streaming right now. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube so you can get notifications when, you know, the new video comes out. Give me like a thumbs up or something. Leave like a comment. Like YouTube's better than Twitch chat or something like that. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But yeah, if you're watching live, let's keep going.